I don't think Quentin Tarantino movies have much to say, despite what some fans and critics suggest. I just don't see any substance in his work. Today I want to talk about his most popular film, Pulp Fiction, because many discuss the religious themes, even questioning if it's a Christian movie, and the speculation stems from Jules' conversion to a born-again Christian in the mysterious briefcase, which some believe represents God or contains a soul. But I'll explain why none of this even matters and why Tarantino is even bothered by it. So in Pulp Fiction, hitman Jules likes to recite a Bible verse before he kills his victims.
You read the Bible, Brett? Yes. Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
It's a very intense scene, right? But what a lot of people don't know is most of the verse is actually fake. And what's more, he borrowed it from a film called The Bodyguard. Tarantino said this about it. This quote had a funny origin. I heard it for the first time in a kung fu film, The Bodyguard, where it appeared in the prologue. Then I located it in the Bible in a slightly different version. I'd also seen a Japanese ninja series on TV called Shadow Warriors, which is the best cartoon I've seen on the screen. See, so he was inspired by Shadow Warriors, where the main character would give a long speech about defeating evil before killing the villain. But why did he like it? See, that's the problem. Well, he just thought it was cool. So he included a partial quote from the book of Ezekiel in Jules' speech in a similar spirit. Tarantino continued, "The guy who had to listen to this speech was sure to die in the end. My friends and I were always fascinated by these endings, which we found cool and poetic. It was in this spirit that I put the quotation from Ezekiel in Jules' mouth. When I was writing the scenario, I realized that in the final scene in the coffee shop, Jules couldn't say this religious epiphany in the same way as he said it before. After using it for 10 years, for the first time he realizes what it really means, and that's the end of the film." Yeah, so at the end of the movie, Jules changes because he survives a deadly shooting where the bullets miraculously miss him, and this leads him to quit his job.
Jules, look, what happened this morning, man, I agree, it was peculiar. But water into wine,
All shapes and sizes, Vincent.
fucking talk to me that way, man.
If my answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.
I'm gonna take a shit. Let me ask you something. When did you make this decision? When you were sitting there eating that muffin?
Well, yeah. I was sitting there eating my muffin and drinking my coffee and replaying the incident in my head when I had what alcoholics refer to as a moment of clarity.
To be continued.
So in the last 10 minutes of the movie, there's a robbery, and Jules manages to stop it by giving the robber his own money and once again quoting a fake Bible verse with his tough guy attitude. He even drops the goofy bad motherfucker line to try and seem serious and cool. Jackson's role as the badass preacher man introduces another overused trope to the wannabe grindhouse film. The Reddit people eat it up though. So he goes on about how he sees the verse differently now than he did before for 10 years. He decides not to kill the man, whereas in the past he would have. We're supposed to be impressed by his newfound moral stance. But Jules' transformation to a born-again Christian is shallow, because Tarantino is more about fun and subversion and tricks over real spiritual depth. Instead of exploring genuine spiritual moments, he relies on a movie reference, a fake Bible verse. Jules' redemption story falls flat. It doesn't elevate the film beyond its silly grindhouse roots. As seen in the clip I played, after Jules survives the incident, he decides to quit his job. He just kind of thought about it and that was that. This is Tarantino wanting to demonstrate how effortlessly cool and unconventional everything is. You know, he's just so casual about morality, religion, and violence. He doesn't really care about delving into the issues. It's all just for fun.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because it's so much fun, Chan. Get it?
Take a look at the theories about the mysterious case that I mentioned earlier. The film suggests a religious link because of the 666 combination, and it's glowing when opened, but it's just more goofy nonsense by Tarantino. There's no real significance, and it isn't meant to lead anywhere. It's all silly stuff, and it appeals to viewers who like to think about trivial conspiracies. Some even debate whether it's an Elvis jacket or the diamonds are from Reservoir Dogs, suggesting the movies are connected. This is what you might call Marvel brain. His movies in general embody a who cares attitude. Like when Tarantino repeatedly says nigger in a short span. It's not to make any statement about culture or race relations in America. He's just being provocative, a smartass.
It's the dead nigger in my garage.
Oh, Jimmy, don't even worry about it.
Listen, don't think about anything. I want to ask you a question. When you came pulling in here, did you notice a sign on the front of my house that said dead nigger storage?
Jimmy, you know I ain't seen no shit.
Did you notice a sign in the front of my house that said dead nigger storage?
No, I didn't.
You know why you didn't see that sign? Because it ain't there, because storing dead niggers ain't my fucking business, that's why.
So in the end, Tarantino chose to focus on macho posturing, politically incorrect language, grindhouse slop, and pop culture references over any meaningful exploration of spirituality and morality. He's not a serious filmmaker, so don't take him seriously. He's just having fun.
Because it's so much fun, Jan, get it?